Hey there, Gabriel Nicosia, King of Orion, and I want to give a real quick demo of what I mean by can mining. So, I am in a Tech 1 condensed space, and in these spaces you can get Scordite and Veldspar and nothing else. Thing is, there's a lot of them in there. They're very resource dense, just thick, thick, thick. It's like sand. There's so much. There's 131 rocks in there, each one with a certain amount of Scordite or Veldspar. Who knows? Who cares? That involves math, and math is for nerds. Math is for defenders, as they say in the magic community. Anyway, can mining is about maximizing the amount of time that you're sitting there converting rocks into goods that can be hauled. I don't care what ship you use to can mine, because your hold, is totally independent of your capability to mine. So let's say you have a thrasher trainer, a thrasher, and you've got two mining lasers on there, and they're ionic. They're really good, high, expensive mining lasers. Great. You're going to chew those rocks at the pace that those mining lasers set, and you're relatively safe from other miners coming and messing with you. You are not safe from combat ships. If a combat ship goes into your hole, finds you, eats you, they're getting a good shot at pulling those high value resources. But if you're in a mining ship like my little Venture 3, let me show you. This is Marberber. I think this is either Forest. This is Forest. There we are. That's Forest the Venture 3, just slowly chewing them rocks. Look at how slow those cycles are. The reason those cycles are going slow is because he is fit relatively cheaply, but also relatively efficiently. Mark 9 miners on it, just straight up grays. I don't want to invest any more than I need to, because these buggers cost 11 million on the market per laser. Do I really want to risk that while I'm gathering rocks that are worth 2 million tops an ore hold? That's 2 million per 20 minutes banked each. Nah, not worth it. Fitting wise, I've got a red scanner and a blue scanner, two little drones to tango with the enemy, a cloak, an inertial stabilizer, and a micro warp drive. I want to go fast when I can. I want to run for my life. I don't want to get shot at because I have no defenses really. And then efficiency-wise, I've got a ranged controller and a circulation modifier, just because those were what was in the old hangar at the time. It's not the most efficient or effective. It's very easy to look at like the best things on the market. Good. Timed this right. All right, so if you look at your ship, I've got my inventory on my hotbar right there. We're going to look at that inventory. And that's where we're going. This is where we're at. My ore hole is full. And I'm not able to mine anymore. I'm full up. Which means I'm wasting time. I am on the clock, not doing my job. And that's okay. Because if I wanted to go all the way back to base and like slow boat my way through condensed space and like get there, that would add time. That's time I don't want on the front end, I want that on the back end. So what I'm going to do is I have dropped a cargo container. Now, that cargo container is going to stay there for about 2 hours. It's going to chill. I'm going to be here for however long it takes me to eat this food. Probably not 2 hours. But I'm going to get within range of my cargo container. And look, it has a grand total of 27,500 meters cubed of cargo space. I challenge you to find anything short of a Rorqual or a Mammoth with comparable container space, and then have it go mine in the field. You can't. However, I can move my resources. Into that cargo container, and look, lo and behold, I have filled that box in space, as it were, with goods. Let's max out. I'm gonna I like to do the boom, 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 boom. It'll max out automatically. Okay. Boom. That is a full load right there. And in about an hour and 30 minutes, that load is going to explode and I'm going to lose all those goods. Give or take, plus or minus 4 hours. So 2 hours is a pretty good tangle space. But I'm still here. I want to keep mining. I want to eat my food as I mine and just like occasionally check in on the lasers and see how they're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that and then I'm going to hit jettison. And yep, I'm going to confirm. I'm jettisoning that box. And about 5 kilometers off from my ship, that box is going to be out in space. And just to demo and show like the benefit here, I've got one full cargo container of 27,000 and then one fresh cargo container with so much space to fill. My mining lasers can get back to work. I have wasted no time moving things along. And then at the end of my shift, when I've finished my food, I can load up one of my rock transports. In this case, my Venture 3 is the best rock transport in the area, and then just shuttle that stuff back and forth. Now, if folks are paying attention, they can follow me to this condensed space. But it's a Tech 1 condensed space. There's very little competition. And like, while I value those resources for my mass production, and as soon as I reprocess them, that's going to be worth about 20 million tritanium, the utility for me is a lot higher than the utility for the market. So, like, I'm not doing it for the ISK. I'm doing it to build ships to convert that trit into utility. In this case, it's probably going to go towards ammunition, because I've been on a real ammo kick lately manufacturing that stuff, and it just chews through resources. It's interesting that they skipped a few of the minerals too, and I'm going to probably talk about that in the future, but there you go. That's how you can mine. That's how you, well, you can, but that's how you turn rocks into resources most efficiently and effectively, to the point where it doesn't matter what you're flying. Like, nothing is going to compete with the size of a cargo container in space. And if someone wants to come by and, partake in my little mining party, they're welcome to take whatever's in the box. Because it's sand, right? Like, it's real low grade. So if you ever find my account, one of my accounts in the field, feel free to take advantage. And if you've got a group of folks, this is actually what is most effective, is you get multiple miners can mining in the field, and then just one dude shuffling back and forth in a mammoth, gathering up the goods, dropping it back off at base, gathering up the goods, dropping it off at base. For any sort of mining operation, that's actually the most efficient use. You've got your mammoth as your artery, you've got your ventures as your veins pulling those resources, and you've got the logistics required to actually like compete in the grand scheme. But since most folks, play individually, they look at the big rorquals and whatever can eat the most rocks, not really considering that, like, you get the same sort of combat effect, the same sort of economic effectiveness going into compressed spaces and like chopping out the logistics to move from nullsec into highsec. I can produce a lot faster than they can out in nullsec, just because I don't have that long haul, that slow, gradual movement of resources into Jita. I'm like five jumps from Jita. Anybody can enter industry. It's so open right now. The niche is so open and unexploited. Anybody can mass produce bullets. And if you're a new player, come on in. The water's fine. Anyway, I need to eat to live. Have a good day. Bye.